Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is called Steel. We are at the settlement and of course we know where we need to be. We need to go to the lake to pick up an expert in Orbal technology, which I assume, I theorized it might be the grandpa of Alisa. Maybe. But before we do that, I want to talk to everyone in town cause last time this happened. And I'm pretty sure everyone reacted to that. So let's see what they think about it.
We can handle clearing up here. I'm just glad that no one suffered any serious injuries. We have the winds and I just do thank for that.
I did like to ask you to go to the hermit living in the cabin by Lake Lacrima. There is no need to rush, however. Clearing up here will still take some time.
Oh, I did feel a disturbance in the wind recently, but I never expected this to happen. Horses can cause accidents like these from time to time too, though. It's just another way of showing that nothing in this world is perfect, I suppose. Oh, this is the first time I've seen an accident caused by an Orbal vehicle. It really surprised me. Lily really is a little troublemaker, though. I'm sure she'll make a dash to see what happened at the moment I take my eyes off her. Oh, I wanna go look too. You can't, Lily, it's too dangerous. Besides, Thomas told me not to go near it, didn't he? But I wanna help. Oh, I wanna help too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that some part of her wants to help, but I think the bigger part is just curious on what's going on over there. And the fact that she's not allowed to go there just makes it more enticing to do so.
Ah, there we go. That should be all the lighter things taken care of.
I'm glad Amir wasn't hurt during this. Yeah, he looks fine. Still weird that it happened though. Alright, no one here, good. Ah, sorry for worrying you all. I'm still amazed at how quickly you were able to work out what was wrong though, young lady. You remind me of one of the old men at the Lake Lacrima.
Thank you. It couldn't be, right?
It might. I am glad the damage was relatively minimal at least. Sorry, but we'll leave you in charge of heading over to Lake Lacrima.
I'm sorry, Amir. You wouldn't have to go through that if I hadn't asked you to get those materials.
Don't worry about it. I came out of it unscathed. More importantly, let's get this cleared up before the hermit arrives.
Oh, Amir, please don't make me worry like that. Just who do you think will take care of you, our only doctor?
Well, you're here, aren't you?
Oh, I guess that's true, but... Either way, please don't put me through that again. Let's hurry home so I can get you fixed up.
I am sorry, Amir.
Oh, Daddy, you're not hurt, are you? I'll make it better for you.
Thanks, Kotan. I feel a lot better now.
That's good. I made Daddy all better. He always does it for me, so I'm happy I got to help him too.
Yeah, I'm sure that you being there is all the healing he needs. Oh my, that certainly came as a shock. I just heard a loud noise all of a sudden. I hadn't considered the possibility that trucks could be so dangerous. Oh well, fortunately there were no serious injuries and no irreparable damages. Oh my, that certainly came as a shock. And I think we need to look at our food supply. I think that's okay. Horses, you two okay? Yeah, I think they are. Alright. Let's check the other buildings as well, even though I think most of the people are outside at the moment. Yeah. Well, might as well have a little rest. Of course, they said they had some time because they were busy clearing the entire way, so I think a little nap on our side wouldn't be too bad. Alright, the gate is still repaired, so they're not trying to escape over there. And we're not allowed to go into that one. Alright. Well, that's the entire settlement done. So, I guess let's head over to Lake Lacrima. Well, at least we've made it as far as the lake. Is he at home? Well, the boat is back. And his truck. Well, at least the gate is open, at least. Well, the boat's at the wharf and the garage door is open. So, I'd say it's likely. Excellent. We should go and see him at once. Alisa, you'll be fine, even if it's family. Which I think it is. I just want to know if I'm right or not. Yeah! Like I said, it's probably not the same kind of relationship as between Tita and Russell, but it is the first thing that comes to mind after playing Trails in the Sky, of course. Alright. Didn't clean up his plate, even though he's home now? Seems like there's someone inside. I suppose it must be the man we came to see then. Yeah, I bet he's just came back from fishing. For a hermit, he doesn't seem to want for much. So, what are we going to do? After entering the cabin, the time of day will advance to evening, and all day field study activities will end. Knock on door. I'm pretty sure we've done everything. Yes. And of course, when it's the evening, we'll go towards all locations again to talk to everyone. Not just the settlement, but the watchtower and Zendergate as well. Excuse me, is anyone home? Ah, it's open. Come on in. Alisa? Excuse us then. Oh, she recognized the voice. Hey, it's good to see you again, sir. Well, if it isn't Caius, haven't you seen you around for what? Half a year now? And little Alisa's here too. Why, I don't think I've seen your face in, it must be coming up to 5 years now. Wait, what? Could this be? Grandpa, what are you doing here? Well, I guess that one is one way to be introduced, but let me give you a proper welcome. Gwyn Reinford. I am Gwyn Reinford, Alisa's favorite granddad. Pleasure to meet you all, class number 7. Honored to meet you, sir. I'm Rean Schwarzer. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Emma Milstein. Justus Alberea. It's an honor. Ah, a promising group of young folks, if ever there was. But you sure have done a lot of growing in the last 5 years, Alisa. You're taller and bigger. It does this man's heart good to see how easy on the eyes you've become. Well, he's grown into a dirty old man, that's for sure. Oh, grandfather, please. But forget about me. What have you been doing out here all this time? Back when you disappeared from Roar, I'd never have believed it if someone told me this is where I'd find you. Do you have any idea how worried I've been? Ah, come on now. I send you letters a couple times a year, don't I? And of course, I read all the ones you give to Sharon too. Still, have you been here the whole time these past 5 years? Just about. I don't stay year-round though. I spend about half the year traveling around the continent, seeing friends or visiting the Empire. I see. Mr. Reinford? Would you mind if I ask how you know so much about our field study? He does raise an excellent point. It is almost as though you were expecting us to pay you a visit.
Well, it's just a coincidence the truck broke down when it did. But I admit, ever since Irina told me you were coming to the Highlands, I figured I'd see you at some point.
You still talk to Mother?
Oh yes indeed, though just the bare minimum. That girl's zeal for her work borders on unhealthy. What did I ever do to turn her into such a workaholic?
Alisa?
Oh, anyway, we're all done with our coffee, so let's head over to the settlement and have a look at that truck. Just wait outside a bit while I go grab my tools. Oh, actually, I've got a few good-sized trout. Can you take them over to the settlement when you go?
Of course. Ah, for the party tonight, maybe. Ah, so that's the former chairman of the Reinford group. I know of him by name, but he's a far more light-hearted man than I would have guessed.
Indeed, he seems very easygoing. You can say what you really think. You're not going to hurt my feelings or anything. Everyone loves him because he's always laid back and approachable, but mostly he's just capricious and irresponsible. And then 5 years ago, he just...
Alisa?
Never mind. Let's get going. As soon as he's ready, we're heading back to the settlement.
Alright.
Let's wait for him by the garage.
Ooh. Is there anything in here we can click on? Probably not. Because we've been here before. No. And yes, it already is that evening glow all over the place. Gaius, should we head back to the settlement?
Hey Gaius, you're on pretty good terms with my grandfather then?
Something like that. We've only known him for a couple of years, but all of us in the settlement owe him a lot. Myself included.
Okay, we're good to go. You mind if I ride with one of you?
Grandfather? You aren't driving?
Nah. Daniel's been acting up a bit lately, so I'd rather not. Besides, how could I pass up a chance to get to know my granddaughter's classmates a little better? Rean, right? Got room for one more up there?
We sure have.
Why did he have to pick Rean? You better not be giving him any funny ideas.
I'm sure that isn't the case. Oh, I'm sure he will.
Look at my granddaughter. She's quite a looker, ain't she?
I feel a bit more at ease if you focus more on the reins, though.
How's little Sharon doing these days? I heard she recently started working at your dormitory.
Oh, that's right. I haven't had too much time to get to know her. But she seems really skilled at what she does.
Oh, she is. Very much so. More importantly, she's a real cutie. She always has that lovely reserved air, but there's a playful side to her too. How I'd wish she'd sign on as my personal maid. That'd be the life.
Yeah.
But that Emma girl is really nice too. She got those glasses, that hair you want her to let down. And she's the class press material to boot. There's a smoldering homeroom hottie if I ever saw one. Come on, you know that you agree with me.
Well, I can't really say that I disagree with you, but... if you don't mind me asking, why did you ever tell Alisa that you were here?
Well, tell me, Rean, what kind of girl do you see her as?
Well, I say she's a really hard worker in great many respects.
I have no doubt of it. She's good-looking, polite, as well-mannered as any noble's daughter, intelligent, and that all comes naturally to her. It's not some persona she forces on herself.
Yeah, I'm amazed at how effortlessly she makes it all seem.
And yet, well, she's a habit of trying to resolve everything without relying on anyone else for support. I'm sure it hasn't escaped the notice of any canny young man like yourself.
It does feel like that sometimes, yeah. She's kind and her sense of duty compels her to always see things through. But she always keeps everything bottled up, like she never wants to let on to anyone that she needs help with a problem. I am Alisa R. from Roar. It's not like I'm trying to make a big deal out of it or anything. It's just, if everyone knew, it made things awkward between us, and I don't want that.
I have a feeling the relations between her mother and I caused her to end up that way. Oh, be more specific, the conflict between the two of us. That's why I didn't tell her I was here. But I'll leave it up to her to fill in the details about that. I'm sure that once the two of you are a bit closer, she'll tell you on her own.
A bit closer? I have a feeling there's a critical misunderstanding going on here.
Oh, is that so? I thought there was a little something going on between the two of you after seeing your name come up in one of her letters.
Oh, well, we did have an unfortunate accident at the beginning of the year, but that's all it was. We eventually got it sorted out and nothing really happened since.
Ah, an accident, huh? Did you accidentally collide with her on your way to school, causing her to drop the toast she held between her sweet lips? And as the dust cleared, the two of you find yourselves sprawled on the ground, in an unlikely yet heart-racing position.
That's a really oddly specific question, but I don't know what kind of heart-racing position you're...
So, something really did happen, didn't it? Now just tell old Gwyn here all about it. Every little last juicy detail.
Grandfather, please. Told you, I like the guy already. You always need one of those people in your parties just to liven things up, even if it's just for a little bit.
Isn't that... Ooh, it's those Military Academy students. I wonder what they're doing all the way out here. Oh well. Looks like things are gonna start getting interesting.
It looks that way, especially since you are getting involved.
Okay, let's get this mission started. Sheesh. Gramps and the others can be so unreasonable sometimes.
Grams as in Gwyn? Maybe. That night, the people of the settlement held a banquet at the elder house for us, Gwyn and Norton. Very happy, Kotan. All the ladies just chatting away, children in their own corner.
Ah, I don't know what we'd do without you, Gwyn. Here's to you, my friend. Ah, and to you. Come on, Lacan. This booze isn't going to drink itself.
Yes. I can still hardly believe it. Finding the famous Gwyn Reinford out in the sticks like this. You know him then?
Ah, of course.
I seized on the opportunities of the Orbal revolution to make Reinford the industrial powerhouse it is today. And it's only gotten bigger since his daughter took over. Yes, the Reinford company was originally an arms manufacturer, making their name on firearms and such. They underwent a massive expansion on their lineup and started working on Orbal weapons and railway projects. I suppose that's what it must be looking like to the nobility, but the company does business all across the continent and not just domestically. Gwyn has a refreshingly international outlook for an Erebonian businessman. I see. I knew he was a keen man, but I didn't realize he was that famous. Well, the real mystery is why someone would walk away from that in the first place. Some people say that he got ill and had no choice but to stand down, but look at him, he's a picture of health. So maybe there's some truth to the other old rumor after all. Oh? What do you mean? Just something I heard a long time ago. No real proof of it, and we at the Imperial Chronicle aren't in the business of printing baseless speculation.
Alisa? Oh, sorry. I think my eyes were bigger than my stomach. I'm going to go out and get a little fresh air, okay? Alright.
Alisa?
Rean, Alisa's going out to get some fresh air. Would you mind going and keeping her company?
Oh, not at all. But why me? You're the class president and all. You make for much better company.
No, trust me. I think you're definitely the best man for the job.
Well, if you say so. Alright, I'll be back in a little while then.
I'm such an idiot. What am I even doing?
Wow, would you look at that view? Amazing, isn't it, Alisa?
It's so pretty.
Ah, come on, you two. We need to get going. We're running behind schedule. No, let them have their fun. It's not often you get to have a day off like this. Why not try and relax for once?
Alisa?
Oh, Rean. What are you doing out here? Did you eat too much?
My mouth says no, but my stomach's thinking yes. You doing okay? You seem a bit unsteady there.
Nothing like that. I'm just feeling a little out of it. I'm just going to stay out here for a while and get some fresh air. Then I'll be Whoa! Sorry about that.
See? What did I tell you? We've been riding all day. I'm not surprised you're feeling tired. Riding a horse really takes it out of you.
I guess you're right. Why didn't that occur to me before?
Hey, Alisa. Look up at the sky.
Huh? Oh, wow.
Yeah, no light pollution. So you get the most beautiful view of the night sky.
You know, I didn't even notice it last night because we turned in so early. But now that we know, if you're out here to get some air, better to take in the starlight than look at the ground, right?
You're right. My father was a technician. 8 years ago, he passed away. My family was never really the same after that. Mother was director of the company back then. She focused all of her energy on making the Reinford group even bigger. She used to treasure our family, but after that, it's like she could barely spare a thought for us.
Or she didn't want to confront herself with the fact that he's gone.
Oh. She did seem like a talented businesswoman when we met her. Well, more than talented to run the Reinford group.
What you saw in River Station was just a watered-down version of her normal intensity. We'd be able to have dinner together maybe once every 3 months, and that's being generous. But at least I wasn't alone. Grandfather and Sharon were always there for me.
That's how it was, huh? I guess you've known Sharon for a long time then.
Yeah, my mother hired her about 7 years ago. Being a Reinford and all, I never had many people I could really call friends when I was young. The nobles looked down on me, of course, but the common people treated me like I was different from them, too.
Yep. Rich as a noble, but with a noble speck of blood inside of you. Yep.
At least with my grandfather and Sharon around, I never felt totally alone. Grandfather introduced me to all kinds of different hobbies, like horseback riding and playing the violin. Sharon taught me self-defense and archery, and all the high society etiquette expected of a lady. Meanwhile, my mother kept expanding the company completely against the wishes of my grandfather, the chairman.
I see. Though, hasn't Reinford always been a big industrial company?
Kind of, yeah. Even back then, they took on projects in all fields, from steel mills to railway construction to guns and tanks. It's not surprising there are people out there who like to call the company a merchant of death.
Probably only for the guns and tanks part of it.
I can't say I completely agree with that side of the company, but I've never felt embarrassed or ashamed about it. But a few years ago, the Reinford group finally went too far.
What do you mean?
Those 2 railway guns set up in Guerrilla Fortress on the eastern edge of the Empire? You know about those, right?
We do. It's where we started the game. But I'm assuming she's talking about Rean, so never heard of it, but he hasn't been there yet, I think.
Yeah, I've heard of them. They're supposed to have the longest range of any Orbal cannon in the world.
I've only seen their spec sheets, but the destruction they're capable of is terrifying. Erebonia's still fighting with Calvert over Crossbell, and those guns are capable of targeting any point in Crossbell State. In just a couple hours, they could wipe Crossbell City and its 500,000 citizens off the map.
No way. That's way beyond being a weapon of war. More like an instrument of massacre.
I think death would be more appropriate, but yes.
I couldn't agree more. And neither could my grandfather, who supervised their construction. Even though my mother was the one who signed off on the project, my grandfather regretted it like the decision was his. As he was hesitating over whether to hand them over to the Imperial Army, my mother betrayed him.
What?
She went behind his back and secured the support of all of Reinford's major shareholders.
She pushed him out because he wasn't in agreement about the cannons. That's harsh. Very harsh, especially knowing she's family.
Everyone from Ruhr's ruling lord Marquis Ragnar to the top brass of the Imperial Army was on her side. In the face of such overwhelming pressure from all sides, my grandfather was forced to capitulate. He stepped down as chairman, and my mother wasted no time taking his place. That's when my grandfather decided to leave the company entirely. And me. I thought I'd at least have Sharon on my side, but she just did whatever my mother told her to do. It's been 5 years since then already.
Oh. I think I get it now. Why she gets under your skin, I mean. It's not so much what your mother did, but how it ended up tearing your family apart.
Yeah. I couldn't believe my mother would betray her own father. I couldn't believe grandfather would take it without fighting back. I couldn't believe Sharon, who'd always supported me, watched it all happen without a word of protest.
Sharon's place I can understand, because it's not her place to go against her employer, and at least not on something like that. Grandpa, however? That's a different story.
It really drove it home to me. How big the Reinford group was now, and how small I was. I hated realizing it had become so large that corporate interests were stronger than family ties. Looking back, I guess that's when I decided I'd leave home and enroll in the academy. Even when I ran, I couldn't go far enough to escape my mother's shadow, or the Reinford name. Then I come here and find my grandfather happily enjoying a whole new life without a care in the world. When I stepped outside, I was feeling so lost, so frustrated, wondering what I'd been doing all this time. But it's kind of strange, you know? I look up at the stars and it feels like I can escape the gravity of everything. I think I'm finally starting to understand why my grandfather chose to leave it all behind and move out here in the first place.
It's a simpler life. I guess that's very simplified, but that's probably it.
You really are strong, Alisa. Stronger than you realize. You were finally ready to talk about it. About your family and the company and everything. So, maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right?
Maybe you're right. But I don't think I would have been able to if I hadn't enrolled at the academy. Meeting everyone in Class 7, the lacrosse club, you... I'm a better person for it. Your support has already made a difference. So, thanks.
Yeah, I can really see her as the official love interest for Rean. Because they do fit well.
Thanks for worrying about me. And thanks for reminding me to look up, not down.
Anytime. Though, truth be told, I came to check on you because Emma asked me to. Sorry to ruin the moment.
I thought that might be the case. Oh well, there's always next time. It's kind of strange to hear you tell me I'm strong, because I could say the same thing about you. You always seem to get thrust into the role of leader, someone we can count on to keep us on track.
I guess running errands on all my free days is really helping me buckle down. Still, I feel like I've got a long way to go, especially when I keep running from myself.
Huh?
Remember back in Celtic? I said that I came to the academy to find myself, but sometimes I wonder if maybe I just wanted to get away from my family, from myself.
Oh. Do you not get along well with your family?
Oh, I do. I'm not their real son, but my parents always loved me like I was. My sister and I, we've had our differences, especially lately, but we still get along pretty well. No, the problem's just with me.
Rean. Still, I suppose the fact you were finally ready to talk about it means that maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right?
We should throw his advice back into his own face.
Who'd have thought I'd have the chance to feed you your own good advice so soon? I can't believe you can just say things like that with a straight face. Maybe being on the receiving end every now and then will do you some good.
Alright, you got me. I admit defeat. But yeah, I guess I'm starting to figure things out. In my own way. Maybe enrolling at Thors was the first thing I'd done right in a long time. I ended up in Class 7. And now, all of us are out here like this, spending time together.
Yeah, I like that. I hope the things we learned during our field studies can help us all make a difference in the world. So... Wait, all of us?
They're all watching like, "Aw, it's so cute."
You two were gone so long that we started to get a little worried.
No way! How long have you been listening?
Still, I suppose the fact that you were finally ready to talk about it means that maybe you found what you were looking for to move past that, right?
Leave it up to Juices to poke the bear.
Stop! Rean, he was the one who said it first. I was just repeating it back to him.
Oh, Alisa, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Honestly, you touched my heart.
I apologize for eavesdropping on you, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad I did.
How did I end up in the middle of this anyway? Fine, if that's how you want to play it. None of you are getting any sleep until you've shared all your most embarrassing secrets.
Typical Alisa, I love it.
What? I don't...
You wish.
Seems like you did well.
Honestly, I feel like she helped me more than I helped her. Hey, guys?
Hmm?
This is a really beautiful place.
Yeah, ain't it?
It really is. Alisa can now use the Escra Rosetta arrow.
Ooh, you're moving up in the world.
Points!
I've got a little reward here for you.
Medal of Vigor as a perk. I feel like we're doing pretty well so far.
Drinks are on me someday.
You bet I will collect. If not in this part of the game, then maybe in 2, 3, or 4. Definitely. Okay, 0 to 55 hours. Shift so months over.
No sign of anything suspicious or anything at all, really. Now, why do I even do this every day?
You know that that's what the point of having a sentry is, right?
Oh, hey, you're early. Now, but come on now. You've got to get where I'm coming from, at least a little. I could understand if you were posted near Crossbell, but who's gonna start a war out here in the boondocks?
You never know, right? Perhaps the fact that you never expected would make it the perfect place to start a war. Besides, Lieutenant General Vander says if we need to stay on alert, and he knows the situation better than we do.
Well, the Lieutenant General is a great man, yeah. But what are those big shots from the 3rd Armored Division doing stationed in some backwater place like this anyway?
You think that rumor's true? Did he get posted here because he wouldn't help the Blood and Iron Chancellor?
What's what you say? That kind of idle gossiping is how rumors get wings.
Yeah, fine, shh, just a killjoy. Anyway, you got things covered here? I want to get some sleep. Got a few minutes left on my shift, but you're here, and hey, who's counting? Honestly.
Wait, what was that?
What the?
What has happened? Did you just get shelled? Who had ordered the attack?
No one. I have heard nothing of the sort.
Syndicate needs to know about it. What the?
No way. Direct retaliation.
An enemy attack? Where is it coming from?
No. Oh, adios. Set. Oh god, no. This is definitely not good. So how are we gonna start this day? I'm sure the news would have arrived at them, right?
Ah, that was a great meal. I don't think I could eat another bite. After how much we ate yesterday, I'm surprised we're still able to pack away this much food. Well, you're all growing boys and girls, so eat up.
Running takes a lot of energy, so I'd say eat like this is normal after a day out on the plains.
Would anyone like more?
I should probably refrain. Well, if there's any chicken left, we can wrap it up in bamboo and take it with us. Who knows, we might need something to gnaw on while we're out there today.
Okay. Let me help too.
I'll pour the leftovers tea into some containers for you.
Ah, thanks. You really are too kind.
You're our guest. What kind of host would we be if we didn't treat you as such? Anyway, here's the grand list of the task you'll be tending to today. Just one. Northern Highlands, North Monster, and it looks like it's even optional. What's the catch? A large unknown monster has been seen around the northern part of the Highlands. It must be exterminated at all cost. Details unknown, southwest area of the Northern Highlands near a cliff edge. Requested by Lacan. I figured it couldn't hurt to give you a fewer than yesterday. Feel free to take advantage of that extra time to do whatever strikes your fancy. Maybe go off the beaten path a little bit. Understood.
Thank you again for everything. Do you want to spend some more time with your grandfather today, Alisa? It sounds like you weren't able to spend much time with him yesterday.
Gwyn stayed in the Elder's home yesterday, right?
I imagine he ought to be up and about soon.
We'd have no objection to completing this morning's task without you if you wish to spend more time with him.
But...
Lacan, are you there? Elder? Yes, I'm here.
Oh, good morning. Grandfather?
Norton?
Morning everyone.
Oh, sorry to intrude. Judging by the looks on your faces, it seems not all is well.
I'm afraid you're right. We received word from Zendergate just a short while ago. They say the Imperial Army's watchtower has been attacked.
What? It sounds like it all happened in the middle of the night. And that's not the least of it either.
The Republican Army base has been attacked too. This isn't going to be pretty.
Well, it definitely is not going to be pretty, cause it seemed like they got attacked first and then us. But it looked weird, like the attack didn't come from their base at all. It looked like it came from the mountains to the side of the watchtower. I have to be honest with that. Well, I'm hoping we get to investigate this. That would be really cool. I think the blue ones are from the Erebonian. I think I like the Culford ones a little bit better. An airborne armored division being sent out first as always, I see. I suppose it's only a matter of time before they give the order to the armored regiments too. Lieutenant General, we've confirmed the death of 2 of the guards. A further 3 have sustained serious injuries, but we've been able to stabilize their conditions. I see. Have the medics see to them the second they arrive? Yes, sir. Contact Zender Gate. Prepare the 3rd Armored Division for deployment. I want all armored vehicles ready to move before I return. Are we gonna be involved in a war? A fight? Hey, you sure you don't need us to help?
I appreciate your willingness, but we'll be fine. We're used to the procedures for moving the settlement in case of an emergency.
The same goes for you, Gaius. I assume you'll be heading to Zendergate to learn more about the current situation from Lieutenant General Vander. Not as a citizen of North, but as a student of Thors Military Academy. I will.
Will you be staying here, grandfather? I will. I could use the truck after all. And since I was here anyway, I might as well do what I can to get the settlement ready to move.
Alright, but please take care of yourself. Oh, I'm sorry, Elder Lacan. I feel terribly that I can't help you when you need it the most.
You have your own job to do. There's no need to worry about us.
May the blessings of the wind and the goddess be with you all. Take care.
We will.
We must make for Zendergate at once.
Indeed.
We need to find out as much as we can about what happened. The photographer Norton accompanied the party. The northern reaches of the Northern Highlands are temporarily inaccessible. So the optional side quest of eliminating the monster is at this time not for us to do. So I'm thinking it's a must that we head over to Zendergate. But as always, we'll have to go over the entire town first, talk to everyone, and of course try to get to the north. Even if the game says it's inaccessible, I have to see it for myself. But seeing as Norton is in our party, they explicitly gave us a message. I don't think we'll be getting towards the north. But for now, I'm gonna leave it here. So next time we're gonna go over the entirety of the settlement and then afterwards head over to Zendergate. But if you know me, you know we're gonna go by the watchtower first to see how everything looks like there. And of course, to see if Zats is one of the 2 that survived or the ones that died. I'm very, very curious. I hope he's fine, but there's only one way for us to find out, and that is by going over there in the first place. So, for now, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we try to figure out what the hell happened at that watchtower. See you then. Bye-bye.